It's Monday, February 2nd, 2026, Groundhog Day. So if you're listening and thinking, haven't we had this exact week before? Yeah, that's kind of the vibe of AI news too.
Stop PPP. That's actually perfect. Also, it's Day of the Crip and Play Your Ukulele Day, which feels like the internet wrote the calendar. Hi, I'm Riley.
And I'm Hunter. You're listening to Coecast, the show that's basically two humans, except today we're not even fully human, because this whole episode was assembled end-to-end by a little swarm of AI tools. If a sentence feels slightly haunted, we leave it in.
We do not delete the glitches, we raise them like Tamagotchis.
All right, today's main story. Kling AI rolling out Kling 3.0 with early access, and the feed is just wall-to-wall demos. The big claims are longer clips, better coherence, and character consistency across shots.
Yeah, everyone's posting like this is the Sora killer, which is how I know it's not the Sora killer.
Exactly. So here's my first question for you. What's the first tell that a 15-second clip is actually coherent versus just better motion blur and vibes?
Okay, hold up. The tell is always the hands and the physics. Like if someone picks up a cup and the cup stays the same cup with the same handle and it doesn't melt into a different cup mid-pour, that's coherence.
Yes. Also, object permanence. If a character walks behind a doorway and comes out the same person, same outfit, same face, same vibe, that's a win.
And audio helps too, even if it's not the headline for Kling right now. Like if you can hear footsteps matching the walk, you're instantly less suspicious.
Totally. But the character consistency headline is what everyone's pushing. So why do so many creators still hide the cut points like it's a magic trick?
Because the cut points are where the demons live, Hunt.
Exactly.
Like they'll show you a gorgeous sequence and then conveniently never show the moment where the camera whips and suddenly the character's jacket zipper changes sides. Or the logo on the product shifts, or the face gets slightly cousin-like.
It's the honest truth. Cut points expose identity drift and prop drift. Kling 3.0 is clearly better, it's not just mush anymore. But if someone is aggressively hiding transitions, they're probably stitching multiple generations or using heavy editorial masking.
Which is fine, by the way. People act like editing is cheating. Editing is literally the job.
Thank you. Human plus machine. The machine drafts, humans direct and finish.
Okay, but I saw folks talking about Kling's elements thing, like using reference images for the character and props. That's the secret sauce, right?
Yeah. Any system that lets you lock this is the person, this is the outfit, this is the product, is basically turning storyboards into specs. And that's where AI video stops being a slot machine.
Which brings us to story 2, Vidu Q3. And this one is spicy because it's being marketed as cinematic 1080p plus built-in audio, dialogue, sound effects, music in one pass.
That's the marketing department dream. One prompt, short-form spot comes out with sound.
Also a nightmare, because it's so easy to generate an expensive-sounding ad that still feels fake.
Yes. Let's talk about that. What's the most common way teams accidentally create something that sounds premium but reads as fake?
They over-polish the wrong thing. Like you get this cinematic music bed and perfect whooshes, but the script is weirdly generic. Or the dialogue has that I am a person who is definitely a person cadence.
Yup. Or the pacing is off. Real ads have intentional rhythm. AI ads often feel like every second is trying to be the climax.
And the brand details. If you don't feed it real product truths, it will invent benefits with so much confidence you'll start believing your own hallucination.
That's where workflow matters. You can't treat Vidu Q3 like type prompt, ship ad. You treat it like type prompt, generate draft, run critics, then human approval.
Wait, critics like automated checks? Like brand safety, claims, pronunciation, compliance stuff?
Exactly. Especially if it's generating dialogue. If the model says a pricing number wrong, that's not oops, that's a real problem.
Okay, question. When people say multi-shot scenes from one prompt, what's the real workflow? Are we prompt engineering, storyboarding, or just gambling with GPUs?
All three, depending on maturity. The grown-up version is storyboarding as structured text. You write it like wide shot, cut to close-up, cut to product, end frame with CTA. The chaotic version is make it cinematic and you pray.
So basically creators are reinventing film grammar, but inside a prompt box.
Yes, and honestly, the people winning are the ones who already think in beats. They can hand the machine a shot list and let it render.
Okay, zooming out, we've got Kling 3.0 getting better at coherence and identity. Vidu Q3 bundling audio. It feels like the race is not just best model anymore.
Totally. If I had to bet on where the winner emerges, it might not be the model. It might be the editor layer, the timeline, the controls, the ability to lock characters, reuse scenes, version shots.
I actually think the distribution platform could win.
Say more.
Because creators don't adopt tools in a vacuum. If the thing is integrated where you already post, already monetize, already collaborate, that's sticky. Like if your workflow ends in a social platform that can generate, edit, publish, and test variants, it's game over.
That's fair. The platform that bundles generation plus distribution plus analytics becomes the default.
And meanwhile, open source video is still like it works if you're one person with a 4090 and no sleep.
Yeah, the honest gap is still controllability and reliability, plus commercial confidence. You can get cool outputs, but production teams need predictable behavior, logs, and rights clarity.
Which is why all the discourse is like open source will win, but then nobody wants to be the brand that finds out what open means in court.
Exactly. You can love open weights and still need governance.
Speaking of sound, Story 3, audio generation is popping off. Mureka V8 is being pitched as studio-quality full tracks, and VARCO sound is getting hype because it outputs multi-track layers, like separable music and sound effects.
Now that's interesting, because separable layers is an editor-first feature, not a demo reel feature.
Yes, because every AI music demo is like, listen to this banger, and editors are like, cool, can I turn down the hi-hats and keep the bass?
Exactly. Multi-track output means you can actually mix, but what's the catch nobody's mentioning?
The catch is you still need taste. Like, okay, you got stems, now you have to balance them. You're basically back to being a producer.
Also, audio stems can get messy. If the separation isn't clean, you get weird artifacts, phase issues, or the ghost of the vocal lingering in your music stem.
And the other catch, rights and originality. Mureka's studio quality pitch is cool until you're like, what's the new definition of original when everyone is generating reference-inspired tracks on demand?
That's the big shift. The human moat is not, can you make a track? It's, can you make a track that fits your brand, is legally and ethically safe, and feels culturally right?
Taste is the moat, strategy is the moat. Also, the person who signs off when it's wrong is definitely the moat.
The signature, the accountability, that's still human.
Okay, quick ecosystem check, because it's been a week. We've been talking about agent swarms and vision agents and OpenTTS and all this stuff. Now video is getting more coherent, audio is becoming editable, and everything is trying to collapse into one prompt, full ad.
Right, and we just covered on the blog that shift toward interactive generation too, like the world model direction, Project Genie turning prompts into playable worlds, and Pixverse doing real-time steerable video. This is all the same story. Less export a clip, more direct a system.
Which is kinda scary because the more powerful the system, the more important boring controls become.
Exactly. The biggest automation unlock in the next year isn't going to be prettier frames, it's going to be better guardrails, contracts, critics, routing, receipts.
Receipts are so unsexy but so necessary. Like if your AI-generated ad gets screenshot for saying something untrue, the model did it is not a defense.
Not a defense, not even a little.
All right, Groundhog Day energy. Do we think we're gonna get 6 more weeks of AI video is almost there?
Yes, the groundhog definitely saw its shadow. But we're also seeing real progress, longer coherent clips, native audio, and tools that are finally built for editing workflows.
So the vibe is, winter continues, but the tools are getting hotter.
Exactly. All right, y'all, thanks for hanging with us on this very loopable Monday.
Go eat a crepe, strum a ukulele, and please don't ship an AI ad without watching it with sound on. Subscribe to CoeCast, and check out coe.com/resources for AI news and updates. Catch you next time.